Exhaust drone or exhaust droning is when you're driving your vehicle and noise from the actual exhaust. So right here I've got the AFE power, I believe that's dual 3-inch tips. I believe this exhaust, it's called like the Mach 4 or Mach 1. All right. So what happens when you have exhaust droning or exhaust drone, you're driving your vehicle and the noise from the exhaust fills up the entire cabin of your vehicle. So as you're driving the vehicle, you hear it, your passengers hear it. It makes for an absolutely horrific driving experience. And truth be told, before I ran into exhaust drone with my exhaust, I had never heard of the term before. Now these LS 6.0 engines, all right, these engines are known for vicious exhaust droning. So how do you avoid exhaust droning? Simply put, do not upgrade your exhaust. If your vehicle is coming with a stock exhaust, that's incredible. To me, that's what I would want looking for a Hummer H2. I want to hear that the vehicle has a stock exhaust. It'll say made in Canada. The exhaust, the stock exhaust on the H2, it's massive. Like when I say it's like almost the whole size of like this, that's like literally from here to like right here. I'm not even kidding. It's massive. It's a huge beast. And the reason for the exhaust muffler being that massive is to stop the vibrations coming from the engine, and it lowers the sound. I actually opened mine up because it was so rusted out, and like the airflow goes back and forth and it shoots back out again, and that stops the droning. Something else is if you do find yourself wanting to upgrade for some reason, you want to do your research. Does the exhaust that I want drone? I was on YouTube and I came across this exhaust. I said, wow, that sounds really good. I want to install that in my Hummer, and which I did. What I never read in the video, or I didn't even know about, was exhaust droning. It's vicious. It's so loud that it makes the driving experience unbearable, where I literally have to wear earplugs, or I had to wear earplugs when I'd go on road trips. Now I did do sound deadening to my vehicle when I have it down to 80 decibels, which is way too loud. Luxury vehicles are around like 55, maybe 60, and that's where you want to be at, and that's where you'll be at with the stock exhaust. In all likelihood, after I install the Borla exhaust that I recently purchased, I'll probably be down to 55, maybe even 50. So I'm actually really excited to get that exhaust installed to see the decibel drop. Prior to the sound deadening, it was probably somewhere around 90 decibels, I'm guessing, maybe higher. Literally, it sounded like a straight pipe. Or it is, and it does sound like a straight pipe. It sounds like a motorcycle when I'm driving this thing, guys. It's absolutely vicious. So if you're purchasing a Hummer H2 and it has a stock exhaust, that's a huge plus. An issue you may run into is that, what I ran into is, well, why don't you reinstall your stock exhaust? My stock exhaust was actually really rusted out. What happens over time on the stock exhausts is that they rust out and they crack. It wouldn't have passed inspection. That's why I installed the new exhaust. Now, if you do get a good exhaust in good shape, let's say you're in a northern state, what I recommend is actually taking the exhaust off and spraying Eastwood rust protector, the stuff that I've shown on my channel that I've used on my undercarriage, and that will stop the exhaust from rusting. I've actually sprayed it on my exhaust, and I've done some research online, and that product, it's rated up to like 400 degrees. It actually could be a little higher. It doesn't burn off the exhaust, so all of that, black spray paint rust protector that I put on my exhaust, it hasn't burned off. So that's what I would do on my stock exhaust to make sure it doesn't rust off, crack. If you are buying an H2 and you do want to install a different exhaust, I have read about the Borla exhaust. It's actually an exhaust that I recently purchased. It's about $1,700 for that exhaust. This exhaust was $1,000. I would have much rather preferred, if I would have known about exhaust droning, I would have spent the extra $700 right off the gate. Now I have to take this exhaust off, reinstall the new exhaust. It's not a big deal, not the biggest issue I'm worried about, but wasting time, it gets very annoying, especially when all you do is work on the H2. So, wrap the video up. Exhaust droning, you don't want it. The LS 6.0, known for vicious exhaust drone. Stick with your stock exhaust. If you have to upgrade, as far as I'm concerned, now this is based on what I've read, is the Borla exhaust. It's about $1,700. It's got some no drone technology, million-mile warranty. It doesn't rust. They use a lot of high quality parts in that exhaust. I've seen startup videos of the Borla versus the stock. It sounds just about the same. The Borla's maybe has a slightly deeper growl, but on highway speeds it sounds the same as stock. But exhaust drone, guys, you do not want it. So you really want to be careful when it comes to selecting your exhaust, because it's just absolutely vicious.